Hey everybody, I this is a vlog video. I again like with like with like with the vlog video I posted yesterday on the 3rd of November 2020. This is a vlog video I wasn't expecting to do. That Mountain Monsters, a TV show that I really do enjoy watching, it's actually going to be coming back for season 7. I wasn't actually expecting that because I was a bit 50-50 on whether or not they'll be able to do it because of what happened last year in 2019. And for those of you out there who are wondering, this is a bit of a for those of you that don't know, there's this one man called John Tice, who's also known as Trapper. He founded a team called Ames Team. If I remember, Ames stands for the Appalachia Investigates Mysterious Sightings. If I remember correctly, I think that's what Ames is short for. If I'm mistaken, then please let me know if I'm mistaken by that. But anyway, Trapper founded the team a lot more than a decade ago, and he and his team, well, they happen to be a team of hunters and trappers who, as you could probably guess by the name of the team, goes and hunts for mysterious creatures, such as different types of Bigfoot, and there's definitely lots of different types. I know once or twice I think they went after a chupacabra. The only time I remember them doing that was back in, I think the only time I remember seeing a chupacabra episode was season 3, I think. Once or twice they went after a hellhound. The Yahoo, which is a type of Bigfoot. But the one Bigfoot I think I can definitely say they definitely been going after was the Ohio Grassman. And that son of a bitch is nasty. And I think it's safe to say the Ohio Grassman will not hesitate to throw a punch at someone if it doesn't throw trees at anybody. But anyway, I'm starting to go off track. A trapper who happened to be the team leader before had sadly died, and it was because he had some nasty health problems, and it started I think it was like 2015. I think it was after after the first episode of season 4 was filmed. As it turned out, he had a nasty blood clot in his left leg, and it was rather serious. And like anybody who's like friends or relatives of Trapper, plus also anybody who's a fan of the show, would know how bad that blood clot was. And it was that bad that I think the doctors were sort of debating on whether or not they would have to amputate his left leg to try and save Trapper's life. That's how serious the blood clot was. And unfortunately, after that, I think Trapper had, I think he started to get like a few other health problems. So this meant that the other 5 members of the team, Buck, Huckleberry, Jeff, Willie, and Wild Bill, those five had to continue to go out on these investigations and night hunts and whatnot without Trapper. But occasionally Trapper has actually gone out and helped give the team some advice whenever the team were in a jam. Such as in season 6 of Mountain Monsters, where when the team were when the other 5 members of the team were going out to find these different creatures involving Spearfinger, they not only that they started thinking that some of these creatures like the Wavenmalker, Cherokee Devil, Cherokee Deathcat, the Wayu Woman, the Coyote King, and this what was that other creature? The Silver Giant. That's it. Those 6 are supposed to be linked to a 7th creature called Spearfinger. But the Ames team were thinking that maybe these creatures could potentially be skinwalkers. And the second thing is, whenever the Ames team went after these, some on 2 or 3 occasions, whenever they went after these creatures, they always came across one or more mysterious people dressed in these black robes or something. And for some reason they all seem to interrupt the investigation. And until Trapper actually revealed to the Ames team how Huckleberry and Jeff were both touched by a person dressed by the woman in the woods, and Buck had actually seen the woman of the woods up close in person in season 5 when they went after the Wavenmalker. And I'm guessing there is probably a connection because this one guy dressed as a scarecrow. Anybody who's ever watched Mountain Monsters, you probably will know what I mean by this. But there was this one guy dressed as a scarecrow, and another guy who was wearing like a skull mask or something. They both, well, I'm guessing that they are both connected somehow, because the guy who was wearing the skull mask wanted the Ainsley to go to the dark forest where the Wavenmalker lurks, because of the woman of the woods. And or who happened to be someone wearing a robe or a black cloak or something. But the Scarecrow, what was one of the 6 creatures he wanted the Ames team to go after to try and find Spearfinger? The Wavenmalker. So, I'm guessing the guy who's dressed as a Scarecrow and the guy who's wearing the skull are connected. And I'm guessing quite a few people might have figured that out as well. And I'm also wondering if if that Women of the Woods, I'm actually wondering, and I want to say this on camera now, but I'm actually wondering, the Women of the Woods plus that little girl who is also in the Dark Forest, who whispered something in Buck's ear, I'm wondering if those two know those robed people, or those people, the ones who were wearing the black robes when Buck, Huckleberry, Jeff, William, Wild Bill managed to get one of those robed people to walk in that trap they set up for the Coyote King. Unless it was the Cherokee Devil. Not Cherokee Devil, the Cherokee Death Cat. Yeah, I'm getting my words mode up now. I just want to point out, I'm not scripting this. I don't have a script up on my computer because I'm just doing this like with no script whatsoever. So I'm just basically saying what's on my mind, pretty much. But yeah, I am actually glad that. But yeah, the Women of the Woods who still care at the Dark Forest. Not only that, I'm wondering if she knows these robed people who were interrupting the Ames team, who were trying to investigate the creatures connected to Spearfinger in season 6. But I'm also wondering if that little girl from the Dark Forest is connected to them as well. Because I was thinking, if that little girl is connected to the Women of the Woods in the Dark Forest, would that same little girl would she know something to do about these other world figures? That was something I've been wondering about. Like, that's something I've literally been wondering about whenever I was watching the episodes of Mountain Monsters, both season 5 and season 6. And yeah, that's all I can say. That's all I gotta say. I am glad that Mountain Monsters may be coming back in for season 7. And the one thing I can also say, even though Trapper may not be here physically, he's still gonna be there in spirit for the Ames team. Just think, not only that he can, because he may not be here, he may not physically be here, but he can still be there in spirit for his team as well as his family. And you don't gotta admit that is true. And I probably don't need to say that, but I thought I should say that just to put it out there. But I hope you all have a good day, and until next time, goodbye for now.